Welcome back to another episode of Rock Boys Football, the official end to the 2025 high school recruiting class cycle. Many of the Miami Hurricane fans who've been rocking with the fellas know what time it is now, and that is, hey, looking at this true freshman class coming in 2025, who are the guys that we think will have a day one impact on this Miami Hurricanes team heading into 2025? A very difficult practice to do last year. I mean, did I, even the most diehard Miami Hurricane fan who follows this team on the recruiting trail, did you see the answer to this question being OJ Frederick in the 2024 season? I certainly did not. The best part about doing this is hearing from y'all in the comment section. I don't know if there's a program across the country that has a fan base that is more dialed in on the recruiting trail than the Miami Hurricane fans. I know every single one of y'all listening to this has your guy. I would love to hear the guys you think will have that day one impact in 2025. Appreciate you guys rocking with it. If y'all do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. Really, the last time we're talking about these guys in a recruit setting. You know, they're joining the football program. We're going to be talking about them in spring practice, but that's a little bit more of like, hey, what are they doing in spring practice for us? Now our attention is focused on the 2026 class. Appreciate you guys rocking with it. If y'all do enjoy the content, consider subscribing. Without further ado, let's get into a couple of names that I would predict have a day one impact. And I'm going to go Malachi Tony first. You know, a reclass guy from the 2026 to the 2025 cycle. I think that is kind of why his ranking is a little bit lower on some of these recruiting services. Why Malachi Tony? Couple of different reasons. One, that wide receiver room, I think, is largely just up for grabs. You know, going into the 2024 year, we kind of had a feel for what that wide receiver rotation was going to be. Going into 2025, I think there's a ton of young talent, but I think there's going to be a lot of competition as well. And why I decided to focus in on Malachi Tony's, I think he can be that Xavier Restrepo replacement, so to speak. Couple of different reasons. One, his physical traits very, very similar. I'd argue that maybe he's a little bit more juiced up from a long speed standpoint. Really quick twitch, knows how to create separation, really good with the football in his hands, primarily operates out of the slot. This is a guy that reminds you a lot of Xavier Restrepo. Now, why is he so important? One, because you look at Carson Beck, and this is very similar to how we talked about Cam Ward 12 months ago. Carson Beck, who is his favorite target during his time at Georgia? Yeah, it was Lab McConkey. And so Carson Beck wants to work the middle of the field, wants to work to his slot wide receivers. Who is that slot wide receiver going to be? I think it's, largely between Malachi Tony and Ray Joseph. I think Malachi Tony has all the physical traits to be that guy. Now the question is between the ears. You know, what made Xavier Restrepo such an elite wide receiver, at least in my opinion, is like, I don't think there was a more knowledgeable wide receiver in the country than Xavier Restrepo. You talk about understanding leverage. You talk about where to sit it down in zone coverage, how to make yourself as presentable as possible to your quarterback. Xavier Restrepo was that guy. Can Malachi Tony be that guy as a true freshman in 2025? I think there's a really good chance he can be that guy, and he's certainly going to have the opportunity to do so. Next one, I'm going to stick at the wide receiver spot because, again, I think there's just going to be a lot of competition, and there's two wide receivers that really intrigue me in this 2025 class. Joshua Moore, the other one. And why I'm going with Joshua Moore is, one, this kid's ceiling as a wide receiver is astronomically high. I mean, 6'4", 200 plus pounds, elite ball skills, elite physicality with the football in the air. Does Miami have a wide receiver on this roster that has this type of skill set? I don't know if that's true. Now, you look at the depth chart. We'll pull this one up real quick. I look at Joshua Moore. He's probably going to come in and compete with CJ Daniels for that X wide receiver role. Now, I really do like CJ Daniels, and I think he probably starts for Miami, but Joshua Moore provides something that there's not a ton of that kind of skill set within this Miami Hurricanes wide receiver room. That's quite frankly how you want it to look. You want all different kinds of pass catchers. Can Joshua Moore factor in immediately as that big-bodied ex-boundary wide receiver that can work vertically down the field? And if he can kind of put it together as a true freshman, he's going to contribute, especially when it comes down to some of those red zone situations. I'm really excited about Joshua Moore. I think he's another guy that certainly can play a role for this Miami Hurricanes team in 2025. And, outside of that, on the offensive side of the football, I think SJ Olafatuli will be in the two deep. I don't think he beats out a guy like James Brockemeyer. I think Luke Nickel is going to get Luke Nickel's in a really good spot, in my opinion. Carson Beck is probably not going to participate a ton in spring practice as he rehabs that offseason surgery, which, look, I know what I get. I know what I'm getting in Carson Beck. Yeah, I'm not too concerned that he's going to be missing a little bit of spring practice, and I actually am a little bit excited to let a guy like Luke Nickel get a little bit more reps as an early enrollee freshman in spring, because I do think he's going to be the future of this quarterback position in the 2026 year. Luke Nickel's not going to start unless he has to come in for Carson Beck. But I think he's going to be the quarterback too for this Miami Hurricanes offense. Now, flipping over to the defensive side of the football, you got to talk about a guy that, was a late ad, flipped from USC to Miami, kind of late in the process. And I feel like just kind of got lost in the shuffle a little bit. Like, nobody's talking about Hayden Lowe really being the crown jewel for this Miami Hurricanes 2025 class. He's a guy that his junior year, I remember breaking down the film when he committed to USC and said that this kid is really talented, struggled with injuries during his junior year, goes into his senior year, absolutely dominates up there at Oaks Christian in Los Angeles, and then goes down to his all-star games and dominates there as well, and then shoots up the ranking. I think because he stayed healthy, he seems to be a guy that's putting it together. He's somebody that I think can play early, and there's kind of two different types of guys on the defensive line at that edge room that you get on the high school trail. Like, you look at Booker Pickett, you look at a guy like Marquise Lightfoot, you even look at a guy like Armando Blunt, because he was a reclassified guy. We kind of knew those guys weren't going to be day one guys, especially guys like Booker Pickett and Marquise Lightfoot, who needed to add some weight before they played at the Power 4 level. Hayden Lowe's, he's ready. He's kind of very similar to Ruben Bain. Like, Ruben Bain, maybe not the upside that a guy like Marquise Lightfoot had coming out of high school, but we knew Ruben Bain was damn ready to play at the college football level. Hayden Lowe, very, very similar kind of prospect. He is put together, 250 plus, a ton of length, and also a really, in my opinion, refined edge rusher. Kind of knows what he's doing, has a deep bag of pass rush moves that he can go to, which is kind of rare for freshmen coming out of high school. Hayden Lowe is probably my third guy. With what Miami did in the transfer portal, specifically in the secondary, I probably would have predicted some true freshmen to come in and play early. Now, with how loaded it is from a talent standpoint, you probably see them taking a year to get on the football field. I think this kind of speaks to how complete this Miami Hurricanes roster is. There's just not a ton of opportunity for true freshmen to come in and play a ton, because I think this team's checking a lot of boxes from a depth chart standpoint. Hayden Lowe, Joshua Moore, Malachi Toney, those are probably the three that I think have day one impacts for this Miami Hurricanes team. And I'm sure that means another name's going to emerge, and we'll talk about that during spring practice. We'll sign out on that. Appreciate you guys rocking with it. Let it fly in the comment section. A lot of different takes to be had, a lot of different players to kind of get behind. Would love to hear from you guys in the comment section, and we'll talk to y'all later.